Hola, my name is Sisi. I teach children with vision impairment in Fiji, and this is my story. I grew up in a family of 3 siblings. I have fond memories of playing with them because as a child I still had some sight, so I was able to run around freely using the sight that I had. I was very close to my dad, so everywhere he went, he would always take me along. From these trips, I got a good sense of my environment. I have memories of how trees look like, the sun and the moon at night, and traveling in the bus and looking at the white lines that's in the middle of the road. My father had always instilled in me that I would have to interact with people who have vision either at work or in all aspects of societies. Previously, all students with disabilities had to go to special schools. They are trying to get away from special schools, but trying to encourage children to attend mainstream schools right from a young age, and also to make it easy for the parents to just have their kids nearby. My job is to go around and visit all our visually impaired students who are attending mainstream schools.
Sisi's presence is, coming to the school is not only to assist the visually impaired student, but also to assist the school in how they can facilitate more effective learning for visually impaired students.
I guess most of our students, when they are mainstream, they face the difficulty of teachers not being well equipped to teach them. If they don't know how to teach the child, they effectively ignore them and just come and teach the class and they leave. So the child is left to fend for him or herself. I'm always talking to them and telling them that if you want to succeed, this is not the way to look at yourself. You have to be positive and you have to be confident that you can achieve things that you want.
Liliana is more confident. She's mixing around more with the children, and the children have learned to work with Liliana, and she is not excluded from any of the school activities.
I did not really want to become a teacher. I just took the advice of my teachers because what I originally wanted was not feasible from their view. Dream job is becoming a human resource manager for maybe a big company and showing other people that even though I have a disability, but I can also be doing the same job as they can. I looked for universities that offered commerce programs, and the one that caught my attention was the one offered by the University of Wollongong in Australia. I really enjoyed my experience in Australia. Everything is at your fingertips, you just have to access it. At the scholarship unit, they had a lady who was liaising on behalf of all the students who had disabilities. So she's the one who liaised with the different organizations in Australia. She came in and did training on how I was to move around from home to my classes. Also, they provided training on how we could go to town, and where to get off, how to go to the supermarket, and how to do our shopping. When I came back, the responsibilities that I used to have has increased, mainly because most of the students that I was responsible for were all distributed all over Fiji, which was not the case before I left. So as a result, I was required to visit them in their different areas. This required planning on my part. I found that my commerce degree came into play. David is totally blind. He is in year 11 and he is attending a rural school in Bua.
Actually, it's a challenge for David to be here. Firstly, it's because of the location we are in. To get to the first urban area or town, it's about 3 hours drive. David, he wants to be something. in our village and to Fiji, yes. He wants to contribute positively to Fiji. Sisi is just an inspiration for David. Yes, yeah. It actually motivates David to move on. I think if Sisi can go right to Australia, so can David.
I'm also a member of the United Blind Persons of Fiji. I was elected to be their president, so the skills that I learned in Australia has also gone a long way to prepare me for this role. I feel we still need to do some more work, especially lobbying the government to step in and maybe get legislation that will require employers to at least employ people with disabilities, especially if they meet the qualifications and the criteria that are set. Father passed away in 2004. I think he would have been proud. Most of his dreams or visions on my behalf would have been realized, so he will be happy.